Welcome back. It is Friday. Yesterday I planted some watermelon seeds when we had a big rainstorm. But we've got a clearing today before the rain comes back. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the strawberries that we planted. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work back here just while it's dry. And hopefully, get some stuff done to prepare for spring, because that's gonna come sooner than we know it. So this was one of the cuttings, and then all of these ones right here, and then this one down here. I think the transfer was successful, and we might have a few strawberries on our cuttings this spring, which makes me super stoked because we already have a couple growing right here. I don't know if you can see that one, and then there's one right here. So we've got about two, and then this one, I don't know if this one has any, but we're probably gonna have a bunch of strawberries this year, so I'm super stoked about it. Also, really quickly, this is my citronella plant. I don't know if you guys remember the video where I repotted these. This one actually, I don't know if you can tell, it kind of got taken out by a windstorm, which is very sad. So it looks a little, sad, but this one is doing really good. It's grown a lot. All of this is like new growth. And the ball? So, does anybody know what this actually is? Because I was at a nursery one day and I saw a similar looking plant that said it was a juniper. But then I Googled it and it came up with some other answer that I have no idea. And I would really like to know what it is because it's got weird texturing to it. So if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments. Because I just worked on clearing all of the weeds around this plant. As you can tell, I've got all these weeds. I've got some rocks here, and then I have that plant. And that's just what I've been working on. This is actually where my landscaping is gonna go. I've got some flowers I'm gonna plant in that corner right there. So I've just been working on clearing all these weeds, and I just finished clearing around this bush today, and then I need to do all of this section and then all of this section over here and around this plant. Alright, so this is my blue agave. It's growing a little sideways. I think my dogs might have knocked it over. But it's actually really small. It should get bigger. But I just cleared all the way around it. This thing is actually a nice little decoration. It's got some weeds in it. I've got to clear that out too. But the reason why I am pulling the weeds from around the plant is because if you have too much growth, like all of these weeds around it, those are going to grow and it's going to take the nutrients away from the plant. And so if the nutrients, aren't going to the plant, then it's not going to grow and it's not going to thrive. So that's why I'm trying to get all of the weeds away from it. That way the nutrients can go back to the plant and the plant can grow, not the weeds. Although weeds are good, I just don't want them right on top of my plant. So that's why I'm doing that. But yeah, that should be all cleared. Obviously, I'm gonna eventually clear all of this out too, because I've got some rocks under here And this is supposed to be like the barrier between like the yard and then the gardening, but obviously you can't really see too many of the rocks. So yeah, there's rocks all right in there. So that's my next goal, is eventually to get all that cleared out. But first I want to take care of this plant and then all this stuff so that way I can get the gardening stuff done. And this plant is now done, so I can just work my way this way. I just wanted to show you guys something really quick. I have some raspberries growing already. I don't think we have any more, but yeah, we've got our first cluster of raspberries. So I'm super stoked. Obviously it's not a lot. And we had 2 plants and one of them unfortunately I think got sick or something. But yeah, I don't know if you can see all this, but I gotta clear out all these beds. So that'll be my goal when the weather starts to dry off, is to clear all these beds so we can get more plants. I have been in the mood for some cookies, so I think I am going to attempt to make some. I haven't made cookies in, I don't even know how long it's been, but I found a recipe for snickerdoodles, so I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna take you guys along with me to see how it goes. Alright, so these are the ingredients. 2 eggs, some butter, cinnamon, this is sugar, this is going to be for the powder, this is flour, baking soda, baking powder, and then vanilla extract. It did call for cream of tartar, but I don't have that. But apparently you can use baking powder instead. Just the quantities are a bit different. So, I have a chart that will tell me how much of this to put in instead of the cream of tartar. But that's everything. It's super simple. So hopefully it'll turn out well. First step is to preheat the oven to 350. Alright, so cream of tartar is next. We do the baking powder, this one. So we're going to do 3 teaspoons of this. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, so the same one, and we're just going to do 1 teaspoon of that. That's just a half teaspoon. So we're going to throw that in there. Okay. This 1.5. So it calls for 1.5. Add eggs and blend well. So there's 1 egg. I did say 2 eggs, right? 2 eggs. And how much vanilla? 1 teaspoon. Where's my teaspoon? And then we're just gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Perfect. And then we're gonna mix it together. I already messed it up, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do it differently. I think I made them way too big. Do you see how they're smushing together? This is how they turned out. Of course I made them too big, so they all kind of squished together. But that's okay. I think I decided that I'm going to freeze the rest of this batter. I don't necessarily want to make a huge batter or a huge batch of cookies, and I have extra powder. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let these cool. I cooked them 9 minutes and that seemed to be fine. Now they're cooling down, they're hardening up. So I think that turned out. I will let you guys know on the taste test. Alright, so I asked the internet how to freeze cookies, and it told me put them on a baking sheet and put it in the freezer. What in the world? But first, we have to. You guys can't even see this, can you? So here's the ball, and then you take it and you roll it. This is how you're supposed to do it, apparently, in here. And then you put it on the cookie dough, or the baking sheet. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not actually being super picky about the size of these cookies. Some of them are different sizes. I don't really care too much. It's alright if some are bigger than others. Alright, so this is all of the cookies. I have a little bit of powder left. I'm going to use it on the back of those ones. These are the frozen ones, so I think I'm just going to stick them in the freezer, let them get solid, and then I'm going to stick them in a freezer bag. So yeah. Alright, quickly before my battery dies, we're going to do taste test. Let's do this one. Alright, so this is what they look like. Oh, I need to throw some more powder on this one. Not bad. I think if I would have done them rolled like I did the frozen ones, they would have turned out properly. But I mean, the batter is really good. It's not super sweet. And I can taste the cinnamon on top. So yeah, overall, would recommend.